Hey, what's up everyone? I know this video is about the Vladivostok, but before I begin my commentary on that ship, I have a Lenin to give away. A very similar ship, a very good ship as well. So if you want a chance to win a Lenin, all you have to do is check out the link in the description of this video for your chance to win your very own Tier 8 Lenin, which I have previously reviewed. Now, onto the Vladivostok. And the reason why I'm doing this is I know I reviewed the Lenin a little while ago, and I told you all that I really didn't see the need to purchase the Lenin if you have the Vladivostok. Now, I know a lot of you that have already purchased the Lenin are really enjoying her, and that doesn't surprise me because the Lenin is a good battleship. It's a lot of fun, and those of you that purchased it might not even have the Vladivostok yet, because you can only get them through mission containers, or the missions that come in those containers, the Soviet-era containers that you can open. So not all of you have them. I know some of you are yearning for Russian battleships, and I don't blame you for purchasing the Lenin if you have the chance. But this video is kind of the flip side to that. For those of you that are on the fence, for those of you that are thinking you might want the Lenin but you don't know if you should get it, I stand by what I said in saying that I personally would not spend the money on the Lenin when you can just grind to the Vladivostok, because the Vladivostok is a very good battleship, and there's a nice little citadel right there on that Zao right off the bat. Not surprising, he's within 12 kilometers. I would expect most battleships to do that, including the Lenin, but that's besides the point. Vladivostok is a great Tier 8 battleship, and I think those of you that start grinding up towards the Vlad when the Russian battleships finally hit, I think you're going to enjoy her a lot. She's the first battleship, in my opinion, that you get to that you're just like, damn, this line's good. Because some of the other battleships up the line aren't the greatest, but you get to Vlad and you're like, wow. And I've gone over the differences between the Lenin and the Vlad in previous rounds, and right now I'm going to start shifting. You know, I normally try to avoid going into A when I'm in a battleship. Save that for destroyers and even cruisers, but my hand kind of gets forced here when the Shimakaze gets taken out. And I know that there's a Minotaur lurking in there, but I'm going to make a decision here that is really going to influence the rest of the game for me. For the better for that part. So, some quick choices coming here that really change the flow of battle and help us out overall. So I'm going to take that turn here shortly, but again, back to the differences between the Lenin and the Vlad, which I'm just going to say Vlad now because it gets tough saying Vladivostok over and over and over, especially when you're not a Russian language speaker and you're having trouble pronouncing it to begin with. But you can see that Minotaur right there in A. He's just kind of nestled away. He's tucked away. There's no other ships in there. So I've decided that, in my opinion, I've got the better of the two ships, or at least the most powerful of the two ships, so I'm going to go ahead and try and lay claim to A. He's taking A right now. I don't want that to happen, but I have to be cautious because of his torpedoes. We all know Minotaurs have pretty hefty torps, so I'm going to be very careful when I go in there. But the main difference between the Lenin and the Vlad is that the Vlad has 10,000 more hit points. You can see right now 73,600 hit points. And on top of that, my concealment is 12.2 kilometers, and that's pretty significant, and that's really good for a Tier 8 battleship. Now, it's probably close to the norm. I think the US battleships are about 12.4, but when you look at the Lenin's concealment is 1 kilometer worse than that of the Vlad. I think it's 13.4, right around there, and I've been hydroed by the Minotaur, no surprise right there. And I'm going to use this terrain to my advantage. I know those torps are going to be coming, so I'm just going to kind of angle into this little corner right here because I don't want any part of those torpedoes. And I know they're coming. And I know there's one right there. And I'm just going to wait for this Minotaur. You know, he's really got nothing to do right now, so he's broadside to me. And I'm angled well against him, so there's my first salvo, and one citadel. It could have been better, but that's alright. I'm going to push forward. I know he's gotten rid of the majority of his torpedoes. I know he might have 1 or 2 left, but I have a significant hit point advantage right now, and I don't want him to continue healing, so I'm just going to get in there, and there's that one torpedo, his last torpedo, and his AP's actually hurting me a little bit right here, and something else kind of shellacked me, but that's alright, because my guns are up, and he's gone. There goes him. And now this Hakuryu is going to be harassing me the rest of the game. He is not going to let that stand, but that's alright, because... Wow, yeah. Now, I have 9,000 hit points right now. If I was in a Lenin, just to give you an example, I'd be out of the round right now. I'm flooding. If I was a Lenin, it'd be over. And that is why I think this ship is just so much better than the Lenin. That's why I think the Vlad would get my vote for where I would want to spend my time. Not only is it a good battleship, but you've got those extra hit points. And those extra hit points make a huge difference, especially when you're a bottom tier ship playing against a ton of tier 10 ships. It makes a huge difference. And there goes that Charles Martel. Couldn't get a Citadel on him. Kind of got trolled by its armor right there, but that's alright. I'm very low health, and I've got to play it very, very careful. I'm not in a good situation right now, so I'm just going to keep angled. There's a lot of ships out there. I don't want to press too hard. I don't want to stick my nose out where I shouldn't. I am worried about the Hakuryu right now, but he seems to be going after other targets. That's good, because if he had gone after me, I really don't think I had the hit points to survive a dive bombing, especially if he scored a Citadel. But I'm going to push forward slowly after I recap A. I've got some support here now too, which is very nice. But we're still not in great shape. We don't have any caps right now. That's about to change for a second. We do have a cap now. We're down in points. We do have a one ship advantage, but that's not really a big deal at this point when you're down caps. So I'm going to start pressing forward, and I've got a perfect flank on a lot of these ships over here. I'm in a very, very good position, provided I can heal up and provided that I can survive. And there's a nice 11,000 chunk out of the Stalingrad. Kind of wish I could have got a Citadel there, but I'll still take 11,000, and I'm up to 86,000 damage right now. Not doing that bad. I also have a cap. I'm helping the team out. I've got 4 Citadels. Vlad is doing me well right now. I'm surviving too, which is also the important thing. And again, if I was in the Lenin, I would not have made it this far. My round would have been over. I'd be watching from the sidelines, being an armchair captain, trying to coach my team along, which fortunately I don't have to do right now. Enemy's got a lot of ships that are broadside to me. They're focusing on that Yamato out there, and they're pushing towards my midway. I am really in a textbook flanking position here with some of my other teammates. I am in a very good spot to be in, provided I don't overextend right now and eat some Grozavoid torps, which I am very cognizant he is over there right now, and I want to ignore him. So, Vlad really has two things going for it over the Lenin. It's got extra hit points, which help it significantly, and it's got that concealment, which might help it a little less than that, you know, the hit point deal, but that's to be debated. Now, I'm going to push right here. Look at this Kurfürst and this Yamato. Just in a good position right here, perfectly broadside. They're not really paying attention to me. But the Lenin, I will say the Lenin does have those 3 turrets facing forward to the front, and that just did not do what I wanted to do against the Yamato, but that's okay. So really it comes down to, you know, if those hit points are that big of a deal for you. If you like the 3 turrets in the front, you know, go for it. I'm not going to dissuade you from getting the Lenin, because really for the most part, aside from the turret layout, aside from the extra hit points the Vlad has and the concealment, I mean, the 2 ships are pretty comparable to each other. If you don't plan on grinding the Russian battleship line, you might be perfectly well just getting the Lenin and sticking with that. You'll do perfectly fine with the Lenin. You'll have good rounds in the Lenin. But I feel you can do better in the Vlad just because, again, of those hit points. It allows you to tank a lot more. It allows that survivability. It allows you to stay into the late moments of a round where, you know, you're definitely needed. So right now, these ships, really, they're still not paying attention to me. So I'm just going to continue pushing up towards them. I want to focus on this Yamato, which is almost full health. And he is just in a perfect position for me right now. So I'm going to start laying into him and just trying to take him out. That Kurfürst is almost gone. Not worried about him. And there we go, right there. 2 citadels on Yamato. He is hurting very, very badly. And again, I'm not doing so great myself, but I'm angled. I've got great flanking position. I've got 2 ships right now that are broadside. This North Carolina is headed this way too. And this Yamato is still pushing forward. He is so concerned about that other Yamato when he doesn't realize that my guns up close within 10 kilometers are freaking rail guns. And he's going to learn that the hard way right here as soon as he clears this, because he is still broadside to me. And now I'm at 8 kilometers. So I'm going to launch some more shells his way, and this is going to do it right there. There's another 2 citadels against the Yamato, and I'm going to focus on this North Carolina right now. We've taken the lead. We've taken B. This is turning in our favor right now. They only have 3 ships left. That push right there, that flanking, and you know, flanking is so important. It is so important in this game. Just getting that flank can make the difference between a win and a loss. Now I'm starting to get hounded by the CV. No surprise there. I'm one of the last big threats. Well, we're all a threat on our team. He's just going to desperately try to take out what he can. This North Carolina here, he's trying to run. It's funny. I had initially planned on ramming him right now. I was going to go full steam ahead. You know, I said I'm low health. He's low health. He's backing up. I'm just going to ram him and take him out and put us 1 step closer. Kind of didn't really play out the way I wanted it to, but, you know, that's perfectly fine. Our CV's going after him. Our DD's going after him. I'm pushing full steam ahead. Take a pretty big hit by the CV right there. No surprise. But North Carolina's slowly laying broadside to me, so, you know, I got to take the opportunity right there. Only got 1 citadel on him, but still shave off 31,000 hit points against him. That absolutely hurt him. So we're about even hit point wise right now. And I think at this point I'm slowing down because I realize I don't have to ram him. I can stay alive in this round. He's low hit point. My guns are coming up again. I'm going to try and get another citadel on him, but he's turning pretty quickly right now, so that's not going to work out. He just in time, unfortunately, can't get it. But there's the high caliber right there, so great round. This just worked out to my advantage and highlights how strong the Vlad can be. And again, I don't want to dissuade you from the Lenin, but I want to let you know that the Vlad is, it's a great tier 8 battleship. It really is. I mean, if you've got this ship already, you probably know that. And here's some incoming right now. Unfortunate. Flooding. My repair's up in not too long. It's up right now, but there's not much I can do because this Hakuru is just turned on me and he's going to pump some more torps into me. I'm like a wounded duck right now. I'm just out of it. There's not much I can do. But by now, the game's over. I'm done, but it doesn't matter, because they've only got their CV left. We're going to take that CV out, and we're going to win. And not a bad round, 191,000 damage. Low-tier ship. Top of the leaderboard. All because this is the Vladivostok. And if I was in the Lenin, this wouldn't have happened because I would have been out earlier. Didn't give up, though. 9 citadels. Pretty darn good. I felt good about this round, and you know, again, I just wanted to highlight the Vladivostok to you to show you how strong it can be. I guess this is kind of a review of it in a way. I mean, it's just a really good tier 8 ship, and I think it'll serve you well. If you don't have the Lenin yet, this might help you make a decision whether you want to purchase the Lenin or you want to just wait to get this awesome ship. Can't go wrong with either one. Hope you all are doing phenomenal. Zoop out.